Well, welcome to Tim Time Projects, where we'll take a short break from our whatever the heck we're working on. Take a look at this. This is part of a DMX stage lighting, and DMX is digital multiplexing. And the way these work is they have a power inlet, and they basically get a digital signal from a computer or from a controller that you can address this. And you see that's the address we're using on this one. And you could string a bunch of them together or have separate controllers, and from a computer terminal or from a light controller you could turn these on, and this is a multicolor one. I was going to turn it on and see what I can do with it. This won't do different things. You can also make it so it's sound operated, but it was flashing and I can hear something bouncing around in there, so I'm not going to power it up. We'll just take it apart first and see what's bouncing around in there, because that might be a bad thing. So I don't know how much. Let's see. I would imagine that I'll take this bracket off, and then the screws around the edge. You'll probably leave this bracket on, but just in case, just in case something happens, we'll just get this up out of our way here, like so. This one's a Chauvet. Chauvet. Yeah, Chauvet. Chevy. Grab hand Phillips screwdriver here. Yeah, this one was having a little light attacks. It couldn't. It didn't hold its setting. Whatever you turn it to, it would just kind of start going crazy. And they work off of this particular one was daisy chained to a different one, and they had slightly different addresses. So this one could be maybe green if you wanted red green. The one would be red. This one would be green, or vice versa. And the cable they use is right here. Looks like an XLR connector. You know, for microphones, sound equipment. I think the XLR connectors are a little bit more expensive, so you could use an XLR for this, but they don't recommend using a DMX for an XLR, even though it would work. I think they're just not as high quality. But I can't say that for sure. The connectors look very close. This lens comes off. Put that up out of our way. See if we can see what's bouncing around in here. You hear it. Oh, it's actually just some glue. So now I probably feel safer about powering it up. While I had it here, I wanted to check the solder joints on these connectors, though. They have plugs pulled in and out a lot. Let's see what I have to do to get that out. I guess I'm going to have to. Here's the screws right here. One, two, three, four. There we go. All right. So they come right off just like that. And here's the connector. Now I'll take a look at these. A little bit of magnification, but they look good. Actually, that one might be cracked. It is cracked. We'll get the microscope fired up and show you all that that one's cracked. So I'm kind of glad that I did check this. That'll work. So what I'll do is put a little bit of solder on them just to get them ready to go. They probably use that, well, I'm sure they do now, that water-soluble solder. Or the non-lead stuff. Yeah, the connectors fit so tight on these that, you know, when you work them back and forth to get them off. One. There's two. Got the camera so close I'm banging it with my hand. There's three. Four. Yeah, a solder sucker would probably do a good job at taking this off too. Let me reposition this a little bit. Five. Six. And so now I'll just go ahead and put a nice healthy solder on each one of these. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. and 6. So these ones down here look fine. And that's not where anything is yanked onto. So now this guy. Let's see. Do the old turn them out till they click, so we know they fall into the right hole. So we're going to cut new threads. Alrighty. Guess I could have got a smaller screwdriver, huh? Just kidding. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Let's see what happens when we light this thing up. Let me put the cap back over top of the magnifying glass. Give this thing some power. You know what? I should have checked the 110 outlet as well. Of course, that has a whole housing, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. And the wire soldered to that housing. So, let's see. Alright. So it's kept its programming at D66. Let's see. Menu. I'll return back to D66. Let's see. One of these. Yeah, any of the S menus back here. But it'll return back unless you hit it and save it. But all right. So D66, and I think it saves whatever was in it last. So if you don't reprogram it by sending it a new signal, it just holds whatever it was set to last. I think that's how that works. So let's put the glass back on it. Any cleaners? I can use cleaner on the outside though, because I can easily deal with that. Before, you never knew when it was going to happen. It would be sitting here and all of a sudden just kind of start going crazy, or you told it to change color and it wouldn't change color. And the funny thing is it wasn't always this light. It would sometimes be the downstream light. So that would kind of make sense, because both of the connectors were cracked, which could cause an intermittent open. Alright, well, the rest of this is all boring, so there you have it. In case you want to work on a Chauvet, not Chauvet, but a Chauvet DMX light. Thanks for watching.